genes intentionally.
Well, what hand we have in it is that's how much of a hand is it when you're just talking about people said, I really hate my fucking in-laws, I'm getting the fuck out of here, so let's just go fucking north. I mean, let's get the fuck away from these assholes, and we'll start our own tribe. I mean, that's not exactly, you know, taking the bull by the horns. That's just saying, okay, there's too many fucking people here. We did the lemming thing. We just said, there's too many fucking people. I'm getting the hell out of here. And so some people said, what the hell? I'd rather die than live with those fuckers. And so they said, let's go up there. We'll try to live up there in the snow. But just, you could see what happened to them. I mean, obviously they got shorter, their body types got stouter. A lot of things happened so they could survive in those environments. But yeah, I don't see how that has anything to do with a free will. It doesn't exist in the first place. There was reasons why they did that, and the will wasn't the reason. The will didn't create the reason. The circumstances create the reason.
Well, the will, it doesn't really matter if the will is an illusion, but we're just saying how the role it plays, and that, there's a lot of different factors. If you had to leave all your in-laws and stuff, I mean, that could be a genetic disposition, especially in the non-free will version of things, a genetic disposition to, have less crowding. Some animals have genetic dispositions to less crowding and to being the only one in their territory. And we're on this edge between a predator and a gatherer, and so on the predator side, no doubt some people had those kinds of urges. In fact, that might be why we have such warlike humans, are the ones that seem to have taken over everywhere, because they were maybe the ones spreading out the most. But it's a metaphor at the very least for just how weak our will is, but that it does exist. And where does it exist? It exists in, you could put yourself in a situation. Some people are prone to alcoholism, some not. So if you are prone to alcoholism, you might have the ability to not fill your house with liquor, and then you're going to be prone less to the temptation, and that will change the results of your life in spite of the genetic disposition, or kind of because of it. Uh-oh.
Yeah, or you could be the dodo bird, you know what I mean? I mean, you could be a perfectly functional bird on a continent who had to compete with other organisms, and then you end up blown by a hurricane onto some island, and then you end up evolving for a few thousand years, and you get turned into a complete fucktard because nothing's putting any pressure on you anymore. So you just get turned into a fat, lazy retard. And, if you ever went back to your original population, you would have been, everybody would have been picking on you and eating you for dinner. So yeah, I mean, evolution can go backwards in a sense because you can get blown into different environments. But lots of animals have to face that, have to have that adaptability. I mean, there's snakes that eat snakes. I mean, because everything's always there's always this opportunity that the new edition, the new iPod will eat the old iPod. It's almost like we're getting to that point. Like, it's like you'll buy the new technology, you'll eat the old technology to do its job, or that kind of. But that's basically how evolution works. Is it keeps layering on top of itself. It keeps growing on the new layer. So whatever dominates the earth at any particular time, there's going to be lots of stuff that are going to try to feed on that new environment that's being created. So there's going to be lots of parasites that can thrive now, human parasites, because now there's a lot of humans. So there's this opportunity. We're creating a huge forest for them to live on. So there's a threat there. I mean, that's how evolution works.
I like humans because we seem to be the most interesting thing in the universe so far. I mean, I don't know if you believe in aliens or whatever, but I mean, I really wouldn't want to be a shrimp, and I don't really want to care about shrimp or look at shrimp all day.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
too
not too
thrilled
thrilled.
with crustaceans either, but I mean, primates are pretty substantial animals. Um, and it'd be interesting to communicate with them on their level, even on their level, to learn their way of life. I mean, we've just learned a different way of life. It's like we speak a different language. When you speak a different language than another human, it's pretty hard for you to communicate with them. They're pretty uninteresting, aren't they, in a way? If you're sitting there having a conversation, if I gave you a Japanese television show and it's a soap opera, so you can't really tell what's going on without knowing what they're saying, and they're just talking back and forth, You're not gonna find it too fucking interesting if you don't know what the fuck they're saying. You know, so a lot of what's interesting is how it involves you and how it involves your story. So, you know, I think that's a little superficial to think that the social life of many other mammals is pretty dramatic. Even little, you know, those little meerkats and stuff. They have a life. You know, they have an interesting life. They're interested in their life. I mean, there's a lot going on. There's a lot they care about. There's a lot of passion. They're doing a lot of fucking and eating and the same kind of shit we're doing.
I don't know. I think we're doing it a lot better than cats. I mean, we have computers, we have cars,
Well, that's a stupid
and
argument. Of course we are. Yeah, we've had 10,000 years to develop that stuff. Okay, so let's go back 20 or 30,000 years ago. We weren't too fucking impressive then, were we?
no, I'm saying if we weren't impressive, then we should put our attention to whatever was the most impressive thing 20,000, a million years ago. But right now, as it stands, I think we're the most impressive, so I think we should be the winners. We should be the ones who have the most attention towards
Well,
us. Like
whatever.
we
I don't
should
even know
get the
what that means. I
resources.
really don't know what that fucking means. So that just means what? That you can kill as many animals as you want, or you can torture them in some laboratory to get your medicine, and it doesn't matter. So you can strap a great ape to a gurney and inject it with some horrific, horrible chemical and cause it intense suffering and pain, and you're fucking justified. Why? Because you're more interesting? I don't find you fucking all that goddamn interesting. I think you're kind of a dim, dull fucking fucktard. So I mean, why? How do you justify that, you fucking cunt?
Well, I mean, objectively looking at humans, I think that we are the most important. We deserve the resources more. If that means that we should make medicines by
No, you didn't say
injecting
why. Why?
super.
Why, asshole? You haven't explained why you're so impressive. Why are you so fucking impressive? I don't think you're physically impressive. What's your great intellectual contribution? What have you made or what have you done? Explain to me what you've done that I should be impressed by.
I'm a human and you're a human. So, I mean, my contribution can only be limited to whatever everybody else contributed. Not
Yeah,
necessarily
that's
me
not an answer to the
individually.
question. You're just sitting there talking ego nonsense. I'm human. I'm better. Why don't you just say I'm white and I'm better than the black guys? Why don't you do that? Is that going to be your next argument? Look, white people have better cities. Black people don't have big cities. They don't have tall buildings. Black people are less good as white people then. Is that going to be your next fucktarded, idiotic, inane, mushy argument? Are you based on Hayek? Us white people can count to higher big numbers.
Yeah, but you said that there, there's no free will, that there's no way that you can change that, even if you were put in a situation
Oh,
where
fuck
you can
you. I
only
didn't
make a
say.
virtue.
Yes, I said there's no free will,
Your
but
fucking brain
You're just trolling you, Gary.
is
You're just trolling you, Gary.
a thinking
thinking
machine.
machine. You can choose to be a retard, or your brain can tell you, oh, you're talking complete nonsense. Get with it, asshole. Grow a brain. Come on.
This is not a hard script to follow.
You are just a human-centric you have allowed some propaganda to infect you with some kind of notion that your value has something to do with like humans building pyramids or something. Like that's somehow impressive. Okay? Oh, we made iPods and yeah, we got new wheels that are made of aluminum on our cars. And well, what are we doing, asshole, that is so fucking impressive?
Well, I mean, if you said life is shit anyway, I think that we're a better form of that shit
Better
than
and
anything
what
else.
again? No, how does that work out? I'm just saying most human beings just want to love and to fuck and they have some good food. All right. Now there's lots of animals that can do that just as efficiently as we can. You don't need a big brain, okay, to stick your penis in a vagina and say, "Ah, that was fun." You don't need a big brain for that. Doing that's so much more impressive. That's what I want the answer from you. I mean, what are humans doing that somehow is better than Gorilla A fucking Gorilla B?
We're making planes. We're inventing
Yeah,
new
again, that's
ideas.
nothing. Nothing. That's
We
just
have a
mush.
big
That's
brain.
just mush.
Well, we can't control it, and objectively, we're better than
Well,
shrimp. I think.
that's really
I'm
not a
sorry.
very challenging comparison. Oh yeah, I'm better than
Well,
a shrimp.
we're better.
Yeah, don't
We're not
compare
better
yourself
tasting,
to
and,
great
and we're not
apes.
more interesting.
Sit there and compare
Oh, I
yourself
forgot I had Gary
to
New
one of the
because
lowest,
it's
300, 400 million year old crustacean. Yeah, compare us to something nature made 400 million years ago. Don't compare yourself to something, that like the other great apes. It's only been around for a few million.
I don't see why I should compare myself to other great apes. I mean, of course we're gonna keep them alive because they're the second most interesting, but there's this hierarchy that we have. We're more interesting
Whatever,
than shrimp.
whatever. You're
We're
just
a
a
little more
retard.
interesting than
Fine.
apes,
It's just
so they
speciesism
get a
for the
little
sake of
more.
speciesism. Whatever. Again, you haven't justified it with anything. Okay,
Hey, what's the
nothing. You haven't
topic?
explained how we do something qualitatively different. Okay, in terms of how we
I want to
sensually
know what the
experience
topic
life.
is, baby.
Hey, fucktard, fuck off, whatever you are. Get the hell out of here, you fucking retard.
I don't know how you can judge that. I mean, how am I supposed to judge it?
Well, I mean, why would you
You're
bother
saying
with the
that we
fucking
can't judge it
question?
by what
Why
we
would
do.
you waste time on the fucking question? That's what's really interesting here. Why would you waste any time on the question? Are the apes challenging you for authority? Are they somehow a threat to your life somehow? These 7,000 mountain gorillas left on Earth. Are they somehow conspiring to take away your juju or something? I mean, why is it a problem for you to acknowledge that yes, there's a scale, um, and that there's some organisms have more advanced brains than other organisms, and that we are basically just an ape that has language. And through the capacity of language, we can do this conceptualization thing and all this other crap. But take away our language, take away 10,000 years of civilization, and we're a dumb motherfucker. Okay, and we're not any better than those fucking apes, and we might be a bit worse because 10,000 years ago we were brutal beasts. I mean, we were like gorillas with a little bit of advantage, with a little bit of a brains, enough brain to build a club and to smash the shit out of their enemies, and to kill Cro-Magnon man, and to rape women, and do all kinds of things that we wouldn't be very proud of. And that's what we were doing 10,000 years ago. So this ego crap about how wonderful human beings are is bullshit. Okay, it's about what you feel, asshole. It's not about what you think. If somebody's going to care about your welfare, the thing they're going to care about is not what you're thinking. They're going to care about what you're feeling.
I'm just saying that we should support the apes. I'm saying that we should support apes over shrimp. I'm saying that the best man should win, shouldn't he?
I'm just saying,
Right?
who's making some counter argument? So why is this a subject? Why is
I'll
this
make a
worth
counter-argument.
a neuron? Why are we spending a single neuron